Hello, my name is Alexander Crow, and I'll be going over the PowerPoint project for Civics Period 3. So in the beginning, we have the introduction, the Articles of Confederation. In the second slide, we have information about the Confederation. The Articles of Confederation was written in 1776. The Confederation was first government newly formed United States. It was approved by the original 13 states in 1781. It is a government system where power is located with the independent states, and there is little power in the central government. They chose that system of government because they wanted to create a system that wouldn't allow for unfair taxing or limited individual rights. Now, in the third slide is a summary of each 7 weaknesses. The first weakness: Congress did not have power to collect taxes, so it could not pay for the army and navy needed to defend the nation. It was considered a weakness because they couldn't get enough money to pay for the army supplies. Number 2 for the weaknesses: it also couldn't regulate the trade agreements states were making with other countries. It was considered a weakness because they couldn't regulate trades. Number 3 for the weakness: Congress could also not enforce any laws they passed because there was no central leadership. It was a weakness because they couldn't enforce laws. There was no leadership. For number 4, one of the weaknesses, there was no single leader. It was considered a weakness because no final decision to see the leader was. For number 5, other weaknesses, no national court system existed. That was a weakness because the process didn't work to its full potential. Number 6 for the weaknesses: Congress couldn't pass laws without the approval of 9 states. It was considered a weakness because not all 9 states would agree on something, it would not become a law, saying that if one state didn't agree, that it wouldn't become a law at all. And for number 7, the articles could not be changed without the agreement of all 13 states. It was considered a weakness because even if one state doesn't agree, nothing will be changed. That is for number 3. And we're moving on to number 4. How is Shays' Rebellion related to the writing of the U.S. Constitution? Although plans for the Constitutional Convention were already underway, the uprising in Massachusetts led to further calls for stronger national government and influenced and using debate in Philadelphia that led to drafting of the U.S. Constitution in the summer of 1787. For number 5 on the PowerPoint is the strengths of the Articles of Confederation. Number 1, it was the first American Constitution. Number 2, government signed a treaty allowance with France in 1778. Number 3, the United States maintained its independence. That was number 5 slide. Number 6, this is the last one. It was, what are some vocab terms you learned throughout this whole presentation? I put down, I learned some vocabulary like regulating trade, enforcing laws, and going into debt. Debt is like losing or going into money that you do not have, that you borrowed. Concluding statement that summarizes the information from the beginning, but without saying it, with new information starting. The Articles of Confederation was America's first constitution in 1781. That was my presentation. Thank you.